This is the reason why Japanese people avoid eye contact. In Japan, maintaining eye contact for too long can be seen as disrespectful or uncomfortably intense, especially among young women. Looking directly into someone's eyes can be viewed as an act of defiance or bad manners. That's why most people prefer to look down or turn their gaze away while talking. In your country, doing this might seem strange.
If you're walking through Tokyo and a girl suddenly invites you to check out her products on the street, don't get curious, because you might have just walked into one of Japan's most terrifying traps. It's called Kabukicho in Shinjuku, a lively area during the day that looks like a normal entertainment district. But when night falls, it turns into a dangerous maze, especially for foreign tourists. At first glance, you'll only see a few people standing around, inviting you in, but behind them lies an entire underground world, from red light bars running illegal.
Japanese police are furious at tourists, and here's why. First, a 65-year-old American carved his family's names on a sacred torii gate at Meiji Shrine. Then, a Chinese activist peed on a pillar at Yasukuni Shrine and wrote toilet on it. And finally, an Austrian man was caught having sex with a Japanese woman at a shrine. Now Japan is installing cameras to protect its holy sites from disrespectful tourists.
3 rules that destroy relationships in Japan. First, if you turn 30 and you're still not married, many believe you've already expired, even if you're successful or have a good job. Next, you must hide everything you feel. Showing sadness or anger is seen as wrong, so they smile even when they're broken inside. And this one's the worst. In Japan, you always have to look fine even when you're completely exhausted inside.
3 things from Japan that should exist everywhere. First, Keeper's soap. Looks like in paper sheets, but add water and boom, real soap. Second, self-service bread slicers. You choose the thickness and it cuts it perfectly. And finally, disposable travel socks. Tiny at first, but they stretch and fit any foot. Wear them once or twice, then toss them away. Japan really thinks of everything.
Why do Japanese women have such low standards for the perfect husband? You won't believe it. Even you might have a chance. First, money. All you need is a stable income around 5 million yen a year, about $35,000. Second, be kind and emotionally aware. That matters more than looks in Japan. And finally, height. The ideal, 1.70 to 1.75 meters. So if you're 1.70, you're already taller than 90% of Japanese men.
Did you know there are places in Japan where you can literally pay to take a bath with a girl? They're called soaplands. Even though prostitution is technically illegal, these spots found a clever loophole. You first take a bath together, and that's where the connection begins. Then, if both agree on what happens next, well, it's no longer considered illegal. Why don't you ever see fat people in Japan? First, the portions are tiny. Even a large McDonald's meal here looks like a small one in the US. Second, no free refills. 1 cup, that's it. You want more? You pay again. But the real reason? Social pressure. If you gain weight, people might call you debu, which literally means fat. It's harsh, but in Japan, society itself keeps you slim. Did you know that love in Japan works completely differently? There, many girls take care of their boyfriends like it's part of their daily routine. They cook for them, wait to walk home together, and even plan their days around them. But here's the crazy part. Some girls actually tell their boyfriend every time they go out with friends. Yeah, in Japan, some couples won't take a single step without checking in first. Romantic or just too much?
Why Japanese couples almost never divorce? You might think it's because they're deeply in love, but that's not true. In Japan, marriage isn't just between 2 people, it's between families. Even if a couple sleeps in separate rooms for years, they often stay together. Why? Because divorce brings shame, especially for women. It can destroy their reputation, job, and social life. So many just stay married, even when love is long gone.
These women are a danger in Japan. Burikos are girls who seem cute, but it's just a mask. They speak in high-pitched voices, pretend to be clumsy, and wear kawaii clothes to appear innocent. This way, they awaken the protective instinct of many men who don't notice what's going on behind the scenes. They ask for help with everything, except when they manipulate the situation. In Japan, acting sweet is seen as a subtle way to get what they want.
3 things you need to know before going out in Japan. First, miss the last train and you're basically stuck. Most lines stop around midnight and taxis can drain your wallet fast. Second, tattoos are still a big deal here. Many hot springs and water parks won't let you in, even if you're a tourist, because tattoos are linked to the Yakuza. And finally, don't wear socks with holes. In a lot of temples, castles, or restaurants, you'll have to take your shoes off, and showing your toes like that isn't exactly a good look in Japan. 3 reasons why showing love in public is a big no in Japan. First, First, it's seen as childish. Even holding hands can feel too much for some people. Second, from a young age, they're taught to hide their emotions. Saying I love you out loud, super rare. And third, everything there revolves around others. If your hug makes someone uncomfortable, the problem isn't them, it's you.
Why do Japanese people no want you visiting their country anymore? Despite being one of the best tourist destinations in the world, Japan is tired of tourists. In recent months, there have even been protests asking for fewer foreigners. The reason? Many visitors don't respect the rules. Unlike in other countries where people would call you out, in Japan, no one will say anything because culturally, they avoid confrontation. But that doesn't mean they're happy. More and more Japanese people now prefer tourists to stay home.
3 school rules in Japan that will blow your mind. Rule number 1, there's no dress code for graduation. Students can wear whatever they want. Some show up in traditional kimonos, others in anime cosplay, and a few even in crazy full costumes. Rule number 2, hairstyles are strictly controlled. If your hair looks too mature, like side bangs or soft curls, you can actually get in trouble. Why? Because looking grown up is seen as breaking the student image. And rule number 3, uniforms change by calendar, not by weather. Even if it's freezing, you must wear your summer outfit. Short skirts, thin shirts, everything. Japanese schools are on a whole different level. Would you survive these rules?
Ever wondered why Japanese eyes look smaller? Reason 1, the monolid. It means no visible crease above the eye, so the eyelid looks flat and the eye seems slimmer. Reason 2, evolution. Thousands of years ago, that shape helped protect from wind, snow, and sunlight, perfect for harsh winters. And reason 3, they're not smaller at all. The eyeball is the same size as anyone else's. It's just a different shape. So next time you think small eyes, remember, it's all about evolution, not size. 3 rules in Japan you're not gonna like. First, you can't give your baby weird names. If you try naming them Pikachu or Pudding, the government rejects it. Names must match traditional kanji readings. Second, if a woman earns more than her husband, she's expected to hide it. It's seen as shameful for the family. And the worst part, by law, women have to take their husband's last name, even if it means losing their own identity.